What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Muscle, and this is another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast. And today, we have a really special guest in the building. He's the CEO and founder of Matrix Mortgage Global, which is right now 179 on the 500 top growing company in Canada. Also, the 2018-2019 Mortgage Brokerage of the Year. You know who we have? We have Shawn Allen in the building today. What's going on, my brother?
Oh, man, that was a big intro, man.
Hey, working.
Holy smokes. That's huge. Yeah, I'm good.
It's just your accomplishment. So we just got to put it in the intro so everybody knows who we're really talking to here, the CEO of Matrix Mortgage Global.
I appreciate it, man.
You know what I mean?
Thanks for coming out, man.
Thank you.
It's a long time in the works.
Come on, bro. For years, you were one of the people that actually told me, say, yo, you've been telling me this for like 10 years. You're wasting time. At that time, I wasn't trying to hear nobody. You're wasting time. I said, don't worry about it. You're wasting time. But you see, when everything started to crush down, business started to crush, that's when I decided to listen. You know what I mean? Made the leap. I'm so happy I'm over here. So
that's
again, thank
happens,
you.
Man.
You know
everything in its time. We always talk about that. It's good, man.
You get it. All right, so let's start from the beginning of Matrix Mortgage right now, okay?
Yeah.
How did you form the company, and why did you think that was a good business to go into?
Honestly, this whole thing came out by chance, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
I was working. I had a good job. I was working, at Petro-Canada at Young and by Mel Lasson Square.
Okay.
Young and Shepherd, and I was living in Scarborough and Malvern, and the company was moving to Oakville on South Down Road, and I was like, I'm from Scarborough. I'm not moving to Oakville. What's out there? You know what I mean?
How are you going to get around all the way out there?
Yeah, so I figured I got to look for something. And a friend of mine came to me and he's like, hey, you can get into the mortgage business. Like, there's no course, there's no license, there's no nothing.
Okay.
Just go see this guy who happened to be Shawn.
Yeah.
Go see him at Victoria Park and, go sign up with him. And at that time, in order to own a mortgage brokerage, you had to be either a real estate broker, a accountant, or a lawyer.
Okay, one of those three entities.
Yeah.
Got
so
you.
he was a real estate broker.
Got you.
Right? And with him being a real estate broker, it was all fine. But the problem that we encountered was that he didn't know anything about mortgages.
Got you.
Right? So I was doing this part-time, and I had my house in Malvern, and, I had like 23, 24 years old. I bought my first house, and I had the basement rented.
Okay.
I had 2 rooms upstairs rented, so I had my one room, and I was like living for free as a bachelor. I was like,
okay,
this is
smart.
good.
Yeah.
And the girl that put the mortgage for me together, she kind of like treated me ill. You know what I mean? Because like she did the deal, and then the day of closing, she's like, "Hey, you got to pay me $600." Like, $600 for what? She's like, oh, you're not going to get your keys unless you pay me the money. I'm like, I already live in the house. What are you talking about? She's like, oh, well, we're not going to close the deal unless you pay me the money. I was like, oh, man. So I was like, okay, whatever. I gave her the money. So when the company decided to move to Oakville, I was like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So I put more energy into the mortgage business. So I took all my paychecks. And at that time, I was working, making good money as someone just fresh out of school. I went to school for a database admin.
Okay.
And I got to apply it. So I was very fortunate at that time. But at that moment, that lateral move wasn't what I wanted to really do. So I ended up taking the money that I had from, saving. I really didn't have any expenses.
Yeah.
And I just put that into advertising.
Okay,
right?
So then this is basically 2008 we're talking about here?
No, this is 2003.
2003?
Yeah.
Okay, so then this is prior to the actual establishment of Matrix Mortgage.
Yeah.
So you've been in the business as an individual first, and then you established the business.
Yeah.
Got you 2003. Okay, so then that's how everything started there. So then how did you get to Matrix Mortgage? How did that grand idea come around?
Yeah, so when I was with my guy, Shawn at the time, he didn't really manage the business properly. Like, he was taking long to pay me and my team.
Yeah.
'Cause I built out a team. We had a call center in London.
Okay.
I had like 35 people
Okay.
that I built out. And he wasn't paying us properly. It was just like a whole delay. Like, just the governance of the business wasn't sound, right? So I said, you know what, I'm going to take this a step further. So I ended up taking some courses now. So they had a mortgage agent course. Like, okay, good, I got a little knowledge there. Then I started to be more involved in the training of the agents at that office.
Got you.
And I was like, okay, I could handle this. Now the lenders are coming to me to book the meetings as opposed to going to him. And then I start to build up. And then after, I was like, hey, I'm going to take the broker course, right? And, I took the course, I think, in 2006.
Okay.
And then I ended up, passing that. Then in 2008, I opened Matrix with 35 people, my team that I already built. And we had an office at 5,000 Yonge Street in the Transamerica Tower.
Okay, so you started off, so basically it's like you took your all contacts that you had in your team that you were working with before and then built this brand right here.
Right.
That's smart because, listen, if you're one place and you're getting jerked around, who you're working under, they're not really paying you and stuff like that, that means clearly the other people are feeling the same way too.
Right.
So then once you come up and say, hey, listen, this is what I'm doing here. Do you guys want a piece of the action? Next thing for them to say is, okay, yeah, sure. So then that's how Matrix came around.
Right.
Why did you decide to name the company Matrix Mortgage Global?
You know what? I can't even remember, to tell you the truth,
Yeah.
man. Because I can't remember. I was sitting there trying to remember. Someone asked me that the other day. I don't know how it came about.
Yeah.
But, I'm quite sure the movie had some influence into that.
For sure.
But I think more so it was like there's different mortgage products. So product matrix.
Got you.
Right? So the product matrix was where we're trying to go with that whole thing. Maybe I don't know if the movie was part of it. I can't remember, honestly, to tell you the truth. But then I had to stick the global in there.
Yeah.
Because I see myself getting to a global spot.
That makes sense. So it's like you put it into existence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Before you knew that you were going to get there, you knew that was the end goal.
Right.
We got to go globally.
Yeah.
So then let's put it in the name and we'll figure it out until we get there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And this is '08. That's crazy right there. So right now, if you're to describe what Matrix Mortgage Global does right now in 30 seconds, tell us exactly what you guys do.
We do a lot, man.
Yeah.
The mortgages is ultimately our bread and butter, but overall, above all of that, we're a marketing company.
Yeah.
Right? And any business that you're in is advertising.
100%.
It's advertising.
Advertising, comma, whatever the business is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So as long as we're out there promoting and providing fresh content and providing fresh solutions to people's problems, like that's all encompassing what we're about, right? We do mortgage loans, we do investments. People want to invest in mortgages.
Okay.
We teach you how to do that.
Okay.
We nurture business culture. We nurture good governance in managing business. So it's an all-encompassing package that we're offering to people.
And that's big right there. So then I guess to you, someone like you, financial literacy would be very important.
Very important.
You know what I mean?
Important.
So what are some steps that people should know right away when it comes to financial literacy? Some real basics.
You got to study. You got to look things up. And you can't just take people's word for it. People want to, just listen to anybody.
Yeah.
You got to study. There's a lot of books and material that I constantly read just to be more up to the times with regards to, political influence and, policies that affect homeowners. Like right now, we have a big election, and there's some real issues that are affecting people, and they're not even up to snuff with regards to what's actually happening.
And when you say issues, could you tell us exactly one and two of the issues that we'll be facing right now in this political change right now?
With regards to mortgages, this whole stress test is hurting people. Right?
And you find so?
Oh, most definitely. It's making my business great.
Yeah.
Because we focus on mortgages where the bank can't place.
Got you.
So for my business, it's good,
Yeah.
right? But for the homeowner, it's really detrimental because now they're forced to pay, a slightly higher price tag on financing where, traditionally a year, 2 years, 3 years ago, they could have went to the bank and got the same mortgage.
Yeah. And why did they even introduce a stress test in the first place?
It's a global strategy.
Okay.
It's all over. It's in England. It's in Australia, and it's in the U.S. All because of the 2008 financial crisis.
Mm-hmm.
They try to put safeguards in place to restrict the access to funds, to have more prudent lending practices. But at the same time, it's detrimental to the average consumer who doesn't know where to go for financing. So there's a lot of people right now that have homes that can't tap into the equity, and they're stuck with an interest rate that they've gotten several years ago. Right now, you could get a 5-year rate at like 2.59, 2.69, but they're stuck with 4%, 3.99, whatever it is, and they can't refinance out of it for a cheaper rate because the stress test is preventing them from getting a cheaper mortgage.
So the only thing they could do with the equity to access it would be to sell the home.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Right. So now those clients are then in turn forced to come to us.
Yeah.
And we're out getting financing from individual investors that are looking for a premium on their funds. So instead of putting their money into GICs, they'll give their money to Matrix, and then we'll lend it out at a premium. So, for example, a client that would have gotten a 2.59 or 2.79 at the bank, they would come to us and get like a 3.99 or a 4.99. So the rate's not that far off.
Okay.
But at the same time, those clients should traditionally be going to the bank for financing.
Okay, but it's just the stress test really is stressing people, right?
It's stressing people.
Yeah. And I guess it's almost like a catch-22 because they're safeguarding, but they're locking out a lot of great people also, too.
Yeah.
So
especially self-employed people, too.
That's really where...
Like you and me, we're both self-employed.
Of course.
Try to get a mortgage right now. You know what I'm saying?
Trust me, I know. You know what I mean?
So it's real stuff, man.
Yeah. What would your solution be for the stress test? Would you loosen it? Would you get rid of it? What would you suggest that they do with the stress test?
Honestly, the stress test, I understand the global concept of restricting capital to make sure that when you restrict capital, you're actually contracting the market and you're regulating how funds are distributed across all avenues, right? But at the same time, by doing that, you're making it, it's harder for people to qualify for those properties, which is bringing the prices down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So by allowing everyone to have access to funds, you're going to have what happened in 2016 where all the prices are inflating, where people can't afford a house. And that's still happening today. But my suggestion would be, okay, if you're going to have a stress test, make it so that, you can amortize the payments out a little longer. Maybe right now you can only amortize for 25 years.
Yeah.
Maybe amortize it to 30 years.
Got
or 35 to bring the payments down.
So it gives you a bit of a leverage. You pay longer, but you have more leverage, so it's not so much upfront.
Right. And then also, too, there's more homeowners than home buyers in any given market. Up, down, left, right, recession, not recession, stress test and no stress test. There's more homeowners than home buyers. Those people that are homeowners, I don't think there should be a stress test for them.
Yeah.
Because if you're putting them in a better, financial situation, because these guys are coming in with mortgage arrears, tax arrears, credit card debt, all of that type of stuff. So if you're putting them in a position where they can access the equity in their home, because they're equity. If you can access the equity in their home and then consolidate their debt and put them in a better financial position, then why are we stressing them to see if they'll qualify for that when they're already paying more?
It makes sense. And what you're saying, it seems like that would work better for the economy overall because you're getting rid of the debt, you're getting everything up to par, and then you're getting a better rate. So then they have more capital to do what they need to do.
Precisely.
So I guess on paper that looks good, but I guess if you look at the bigger plan, I guess they have another plan why they didn't do it that way.
I just don't think that they thought about that component of it, because every time they talk about the stress, they talk about buyers. They don't have the conversation about homeowners.
Got you.
Right. I think that's where the discrepancy is coming.
Yeah. Okay. So for somebody, two questions I want to ask you. It's a two-part question. Part one, what advice would you give somebody trying to get into the market, how should they prepare themselves? And then the second part of that is somebody that's in the market already. They probably own 1 to 2 properties, and they want to either get more properties or get some equity so they could create some more wealth. What would you suggest that those two parties do?
If you're looking to get into the market, you got to make sure that you have enough capital available.
Yeah.
Make sure that your credit is on point. Make sure that you know what you're doing. Like if you're renting, because rent is going up right now, you can't even.
Rent is crazy.
Rent
bro.
is probably more
Yeah.
than a mortgage payment. You know what I mean?
It is generally overall. Generally,
Yeah.
it seems to be it is more than a mortgage payment right now.
Right. And the thing is, like, if you're renting, like, there's a lot of people that are out there renting an apartment here. Like if you have a family and you have a family home, people in that home should be working together to make sure that every family member, when they leave that home, they're buying a house.
That makes sense.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't want to just move out because you want your own space. Like this is not the time for that. I went to San Francisco because we were building a software. And people are paying like $7,000 for rent. Right, I was looking at an article today. I was like, "Yo, the homelessness is like 8,000, 9,000 homeless people."
It's crazy,
right? So that stuff is coming here because these prices are unaffordable. I heard like a 1-bedroom's like $2,000. Like,
yes,
that's crazy.
2,000, 2,200, 24,
That's
depending on.
Who could afford that?
That's afford it plus save to buy something.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah, like affordable housing is a real thing. Like I think, you know, if you have the ability to stay at home, for younger people, if you have the ability to stay at home and build as a family, and then each person goes out and buy, like I'm doing that for my kids. Like my kids can't afford to buy a house.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
So
So
crazy.
you have to put that money together. And then, you know, for the second part of your question with regards to people that already own a house, you could tap into your equity and, you know, if you have kids, take some equity and put down for a house for your kids. You know what I mean? Right now, money's cheap. You know what I mean? But if you're not comfortable with buying another house, you don't want to deal with the expense, I lend money out, right? If you have equity in your house and you want to pull some cash out at 2.39%, 4%, whatever it is, you have a line of credit attached to your house at 4.5%, we give you a return of 10%. Right? We lend that money out to people that are looking to pay mortgage arrears or tax arrears. We offer you, you know, anywhere between 8 to 10% for a first or second mortgage. So people come in and do that. We have tons of people that want to come in and invest with us.
And how long do you actually have to have your mortgage in order to start getting equity out of your home?
It depends, right? It depends. Like we have a product right now, like if you want to buy a pre-construction property, for example, let's suppose you buy that property for $400,000.
Okay.
And you bought that 2 years ago. And now the market goes up, and today it's worth $500,000. You're ready to move in, all right? And you put down 20% on $400,000, $80,000.
Yeah.
We can give you a mortgage on today's value.
Yes.
Which is $500,000, up to 80%, which is $400,000. Giving you back your initial deposit. So now you're buying a place for free.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? And a lot of people don't know that.
And let me tell you something before we even go further. That's why I decided to have somebody like you on the show today. Because it's a lot of entertainment and stuff we do, but there's a lot of education we need to talk about right now, too. You know what I mean? Something like that is amazing. As you said, that's why I guess a lot of rich get rich and the poor just keep getting poor because they don't know.
Yeah.
There's no literacy to tell you.
Yeah, and life insurance is another big thing too, right? I'm not a licensed life insurance advisor, but you should get a life insurance person on too to talk about the different avenues for building wealth out of life insurance.
Out of life insurance, okay.
Yeah, because you can get a policy where you can get a cash surrender value, and especially for kids, you get a life insurance policy for your kids. It's super cheap. They don't have any health risk. They're not smokers. They're not drinkers.
Children,
They're kids, right? So you put a life insurance policy together for your kids from birth or from 5 or whatever you do, and by the time they're 20, the policy's paid up. And then you have $250,000 sitting with your kids. By the time they're 20, school paid, everything paid, then, that's their savings.
Crazy.
And they're starting out nice.
And again, a lot of people do not know about that. It's just my wife. She's into financial services like mortgage, insurances and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's why I have a knowledge of those things. But the majority of people have no idea. Yeah. That's why it bothers me sometimes, and I'm not sure if it should, but it does bother me when I see the GoFundMe. Oh, this person died, they need a GoFundMe. But bro, we could have avoided this with life insurance.
Yeah, but you know what? It starts in the schools, so you can't blame people, especially like our parents came here just to provide a better opportunity for us.
Yeah.
So first generation Canadians, like we should have access to that knowledge, but they didn't give it to us.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like you have to take it a step further. Now you have to give it to the next generations to come, because if you don't do that, the cycle's just going to continue.
Yeah. And then I think more or less that would be on you now. It's like, okay, your parents didn't know, they brought you here. We grew up here, so we could look around a bit more and learn some more stuff. So then now, if we're not passing on to our kids, our nephews, our nieces and stuff, that's more or less now on our fault.
Exactly.
Because we have more of a knowledge now than our parents did coming in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And by doing stuff like this, it's powerful. That's why I was pushing. I was like, hey, bro, like, we got to do more of this type of stuff, because like you have a platform to reach out to our demographic in such a major way that you could really touch somebody with this type of information on your platform. Yeah. Because a lot of our people are watching your stuff, and you're getting thousands of people viewing it all over the place. Yeah. Right? And if you give them that knowledge, you'll be responsible for the next generation, because they looked at your show and said, hey, listen, like I got some good information on that. So
I agree. I agree 10,000%. That's why, again, thank you for even being here right now.
Yeah, appreciate
All right, no problem. Let's get into some of your accolades here. Right, sitting down in front of us is the 2018-2019 Mortgage Brokerage of the Year. Yeah. Let's get into this. How did you guys get here?
Advertising, training, coaching, good governance. The thing is, in order to grow your business, you have to delegate things in which you're strong.
For sure.
Right? And in order to get these awards, we had to build a culture of sharing knowledge. Yeah. The traditional, mortgage broker or any business is like they want to hoard all the information to themselves. I'm sure you felt that too. Like you're 100%. Trying to get up and people don't want to teach you stuff.
Yeah.
And our culture is not like that. We're built on sharing information. We're built on educating our clients. We're built on educating our team to be the best that they can be with the knowledge that we're able to provide. And I think that's, these awards are a testament to our success in delivering those deliverables to our audience. Yeah. And I don't think it's going to stop here. I honestly think our momentum is going to bring us to I think this is a record to have 2 Brokers of the Year awards. I don't think anyone's done this before.
Back to back.
Back to back.
Yeah.
Right? And I want to do another one. Yeah. Right? I'll do it maybe 2 or 3.
Why not? Why not? Why not? Yeah.
And then I'll just drop the mic. And you know what I mean? But I don't think anyone's done it before. Yeah. From my recollection, at least, when I was checking the stats, I don't think anyone's done it. But yeah, just the whole team, the whole culture, we're very diverse. Try to include everyone. One of our mottos is we speak your language, and that ties into not only the financial mortgage language, but we speak multiple languages. Yeah. We have, Korean, we have Chinese, we have Indian, Farsi, Hindu, all these different people that work within the organization, Spanish, all kinds of stuff. And we want to tap into every market. So it's not like Matrix is just like a one-dimensional organization. Like we brand for everybody. Yeah. We're trying to touch all cultures, right? And so that's what we're about.
That makes sense, because one thing I liked about you is, as you said, when you started out, it's Malvern you originally came from. Yeah. It's almost like you went personally to everybody that was around in Malvern and said, hey, you want a job? Hey, you want a job? Hey, you want a job? Hey, and you took everybody. So then now the responsibility was on for them to either learn the craft and stay or go. But you did your part by actually bringing people in.
Yeah, I tried. I tried, but you can't help everyone.
No, not at all.
You can't. And at that time, when I was building up, I was trying to help everyone, but then you can't, because some people are not ready to receive. You know what I mean? So, at that point, then it's like, okay, I'm trying to help you, and you're pulling me down. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I was like, I'm just going to focus on sticking with who is interested, who's coming to work, who's dressing the part, who's working on Saturday, who's working on Sunday, who's working late. and then we're going to do good stuff,
Yeah.
right? And then now we're starting to travel the world with this stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, because, as I said, you can't hold everybody's hand.
No.
You bring them in, and who's ready will stay. Who's not ready, they'll go. But you know you did your part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
When I came in, the first thing I seen on the wall was your 10-year anniversary commemoration plaque and a picture with you and Justin Trudeau.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, we last year, 2018, was our 10th year in business, and the Trudeau picture was after the fact. That was actually recently.
Okay.
But Trudeau wrote us a letter congratulating us for that.
Okay.
And it was good, like just going through, we had a big celebration in Niagara Falls, and then we did a bunch of events subsequent to that, but we had a big three-day event in Niagara Falls. We booked out the Hilton.
Okay.
We had the first day was we had a wine tour. Then we had a meet and greet at this restaurant. Then we had a party in the casino at 360.
Yeah.
And then we went to the strip club.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was good.
You had me up on, yes, we went wine tasting. Yes, we did all of this. Yeah. And then we went to the strip club.
Well, that's how we ended the night. We're real people,
listen,
man. I'm not
and that's what I love about you, Shawn. Your realness. You know what I mean? When it's time to do business, it's business. But when it's time to have fun, you're going all the way and having fun.
Well, that's it. We went to Sundowners, and it was good because we had they treated us really good out there. We had two booths. We had a couple $1,000. We had sponsors and stuff. It was just great, and we just took the money, and everyone took the money, and we had fun. We had drinks. We had flipping our wives there, and the wives are more into the entertainment than the guys. It was crazy stuff. It was all above board. You know what I mean? Then the next day, we had an awards gala at the Hilton, and then we had a party in the nighttime. We brought Lindo out there. Okay. And Lindo played for us. He killed it. I told Lindo when he came, I was like, Lindo, okay, I know you're my favorite DJ. Yeah. And we're from the same area. You know what I mean? But you can't come with the reggae vibes today. Yeah. You have to come with a whole different element because we're catering to everyone today. He's like, no problem, I got you. So then he was playing all kinds of stuff. We had a live band, and he was like, yo, I love the live band. Yeah. It's like, yeah, you should have told me. Yeah. It's like, yo, just come, whatever. And he killed it, man. He had the whole place bumping the whole night. And then the next day, the Sunday, we had a big breakfast at I forget the name of the restaurant down there, but we had a big it was Jamaican restaurants. It was real nice.
Okay, so it was a good vibe. Yeah. What did it take to get to that 10-year mark?
A lot of work, man. Yeah. A lot of work, man. A lot of ups and downs. It's no business is easy, man. You think oh, you guys got 10 years, you're all successful. No, we got Revenue Canada audit coming out the door. Wow. And then we had a fiscal audit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Then another Revenue Canada audit. Yo, come on, what's going on here? You know what I mean? Yeah. But we made it, man. At the end of the day, you can't be afraid of those type of things because it's just testing you to get to the next level. Are you equipped to move up a level? And it's sense. You're getting a grading. You go to karate class, you're getting a stripe. You're moving from green stripe or green belt to red belt or whatever the order goes. It's the same thing in business. You're going to get tested, right? And in order to be equipped for the next level of things that are coming at you, you have to be prepared to leave the level that you're at. For sure. And that's what those audits taught me. It's hey, okay, you're messing up here, you're good here, you're messing up here, do this, fix that, do. And then it's okay, no problem. So right now, we're getting another audit. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's but here, it's growth. Take it, we're okay. We're good. You understand what I mean? And that's what it is. And this is what we're trying to push and let, especially our people, know that, hey, business is a real thing. If you're running a business, you have to make sure that if you're open at 10, be open at 10. Yeah. If your sign says you're closed at 8, close at 8. Yeah. Don't close at 6:30 because no one's walking through the door. Yeah. you got to maintain consistency.
Yeah.
Stay open till 8 o'clock. You know what I mean? Make sure your place is clean. Make sure you have a good atmosphere. Make sure you have good customer service. Like we have a 24-hour customer service.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
24-hour chat. You call our office 24/7. You get a live person answering the phone.
Okay.
Right? You go on our website, matrixmortgageglobal.ca. You look around online. Within 5 minutes, less than that, maybe like a minute.
Yeah.
Someone's asking, "Hey, can I help you?" You know what
24
I mean?
hours.
24/7.
Customer service.
Customer service.
And that's really what it comes down to. You got to really understand whenever you're calling like a Bell Canada, a Rogers, or any other company, and they sound a certain way, that's how your business has to sound, whether your business has 2 employees or 1,000 employees.
Right.
That's just how businesses run.
Yeah.
So you got to understand the look, the sound, the feel, the customer service, help them out. It's more about them than it is you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're providing a service to them, so you got to cater to them so they'll take care of you.
Exactly.
And that's really what it comes down to.
100%.
You know what I mean? When it comes to right now, I know when it comes to politics, I've seen you with pictures with like John Tory, the Fords, Justin Trudeau, and all of these guys here. How important is it for you for business and politics, especially from a Canadian standpoint?
You know, for that, I'm just now dabbling in that space. Like we host John Tory. I'm a part of the Scarborough Business Association.
Okay.
So I felt that, you know, being from Scarborough, having my head office in Scarborough, going to school in Scarborough, I felt that I had to be involved in the business community where I grew.
Makes
you know
sense.
What I mean? And then by associating myself with that association, I was able to then in turn sponsor the Mayor's Lunch, which we hold at the Delta. Like this is our next
That's
year will be our
big.
4th year.
Your 4th year.
Yeah.
That's big, you know.
Right? So
That's
now
big.
when we're doing that, like I'm up there introducing the mayor to all the delegates. Mitzi Hunter's there.
Yeah.
All Paul Ainsley, all the Michael Thompson, everyone's there.
Okay.
Right? What's the former Toronto Bill Blair? All those guys come out.
Okay.
And we have it at the Delta, and
Yeah.
for me that's big. You know what I
Huge.
mean? Coming from
Huge.
where I came from.
Huge.
You see what I'm saying?
Huge.
So, you know, that stuff is huge, and you know, a lot of our people aren't really in that realm, so they're seeing that from me, and they're like, okay, wow, I could do that too.
And that's always what it comes down to.
That's it, right? So I'm fortunate enough to be able to be at that place where I'm sitting at a table having lunch with the mayor.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, Mayor Tory, like, how many hours of sleep do you get? Because
Yeah.
I see the building was the electricity went out in the building or
Yeah.
some kind. He's out there at 2 a.m. I'm seeing him out late. I'm seeing him all over the place. Like, yo, how do you sleep? He's like, yo, Shawn,
Tory
you know
doesn't
what?
play.
5 hours, that's all I need. 4 hours, 5 hours tops. That's
Yeah.
all I need. I go, really? He's like, yeah. I go, if you, at your age, like 60-something, I go, if you're sleeping like that, what am I doing?
You understand, right? You
That's it.
understand. You get it.
So when people say they don't want to work on the weekend, they don't work late, I work 24/7. You could call me. I tell all my clients, I say, listen, you could call me anytime.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I answer.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I answer.
But you could try.
I'll try.
Yeah.
I got a family. I got
Yeah,
5
of course.
kids, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'll make sure that I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you text me, it's the best thing. Text me, I'll write you back, whatever.
Yeah.
But if I'm eating, like my phone's off. If I'm sitting with someone, my phone's off.
Got
I
you.
want to give you the respect that you took the time to sit with me. So my phone's going to be off. So if I don't answer, hey, I'm busy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you write me a text, let me know what's happening. Don't just call me 10 million times. I'm busy. I got to value my time.
Yeah.
But you text me, I'll write you back.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. Real simple.
Makes sense. You know what I mean? Something I need to ask you here right now that includes about Justin Trudeau.
Yeah.
All right. Right now, you could see everywhere there's a black face and a brown face because right now we're in election time.
Yeah.
October is election time.
Yeah.
You meeting him personally,
Yeah.
and you being in these circles. What do you feel about Justin Trudeau? Do you think he is this person that the opposition is trying to make him out to? What is your true feelings about Justin Trudeau?
Let me tell you something, man. That whole thing, and I was on the Liberal. There's what's the party called? What's the group called, man? There's a group that I'm a part of that
Okay.
did a conference call about that same thing.
Okay.
Laurier Club.
Got you.
Right?
Yes.
So I'm involved with the Laurier Club, and you know, within that group, they were talking about this, and then people feel like, you know, you're gonna take it either way.
Yeah.
For me, I don't think he's racist.
Yeah.
I don't think he meant any ill will because it was a costume party in that particular situation.
Got you.
And then the other situation, he was a drama teacher, so he should have known better. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But am I going to take away the fact that he's done a lot and his party has done a lot, his parents have done a lot to ensure that immigrants come into the country? You can't take that away from him.
Yeah.
So was his judgment a little off? Maybe.
Fair enough,
mm-hmm. Right? But are you going to persecute him for that? Well, let's get to the real issues.
Yeah.
The real issues are people can't even rent a home properly.
Yeah.
Once you show your ID, people are rejecting you from renting your home.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So the real issues are there is underlying tones of racism within the country, but there's underlying tones of racism throughout society.
Yeah.
All over the place. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So you can't escape that. The real message should be how do we address that whole racism on a whole, right? And what are we going to do as a country to manage that? And I think there's so many different things that we could tap into with regard to that. But with respect to Justin Trudeau and that whole blackface, I think he made a mistake. You know what I mean? But I personally met him, and I don't think he is racist at all.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
He doesn't appear that way on TV. You don't get that vibe or sense. I just think it's just something where it was a thing. Again, as you said, his judgment probably wasn't the best thing to do.
I don't think so.
But you were in a picture with other people of the same ethnicity that they're complaining about. So it couldn't be that bad if they're taking a picture with you. Clearly, they're not fooled. They know that you're not that complexion.
Exactly.
So then it couldn't have really been that bad. But again, now it's election time. So then everybody's going to stir up everything and try to spin it to how they want it to be spun.
Well, that's media for you, right? Mm-hmm. And people will always, switch things up to how they want to perceive it in media, right?
Yeah.
And that's cyberbullying, man.
Yeah.
Don't be a cyberbully.
Yeah. Just like that.
Just like that. Don't be a cyberbully. We have a big issue with that. Like, you can't be bullying people online.
Yeah.
Like, look at it. Like, people are doing what they need to do to get ahead and help people get ahead, but don't try to bring them down. Like, I don't think that's...
It makes sense. And this brings me to something else, opportunity, because right now we both live in Toronto. We work in Toronto and stuff. Yeah. And the gun violence is out of control. Not the murder rate, the gun violence. And what a lot of people are saying is because, there's no real opportunity for these kids and stuff. I'm not one of those people that believe that. I believe in 2019, there's almost too much opportunity. Yeah. From you pick up your phone and look around, there's something you're interested in that you could get involved in. What's your take on opportunity to gun violence in the city right now, and what do you think the root cause of it is right now?
I think, the gun violence is a direct relation to the fact that people don't have any money.
Yeah.
Right? People are hurting. People are hungry. And I think if you want to really nail the gun violence issue, then you should charge the gun manufacturers for murder.
Yeah.
Charge the people that are making the bullets.
Yeah.
Charge the people that are making the guns. You know what I mean? Who's importing them?
Yeah.
I'm a licensed firearm owner, right? But, I feel like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Right? Why do you don't even need a gun? I don't need it. Give it back. I don't care. But if you want to do things properly, do things properly. But, to have an illegal firearm, to try and get one up on someone, I don't know about that, man.
Doesn't make any sense, especially with what's going on right now. And it's just every single solitary day you turn on your TV, it's somebody's getting shot, somebody's hurt, somebody's killed. And it's not like it's isolated. It's not only a certain section in Scarborough,
it used
a
to
certain
be like
section
that,
in Jane and
everywhere.
Finch.
It's downtown, it's Pickering, it's...
It's in places like, I didn't even know this place existed.
There's a lot of guns out there, man.
Holy
a lot of guns.
smokes.
And I personally think that if you want to nail that problem, you can't say ban guns, right?
Yeah.
Because in England they said that, and now everyone's getting stabbed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it has to be a real paradigm shift in the way people think and approach that. You know what I mean? Because you got to go after the heavy hitters, like just how they went after the tobacco companies for smoking.
Yeah.
Right now you can't even look at a cigarette in a corner store.
Yeah.
They don't even exist. You got to ask them to flip up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it has to be like that type of that type of vibe where they take a holistic approach to it and, start pressing charges against the bullet manufacturers and all of that type of stuff. You know what I mean?
You're going from the head down, right? No, they're going from down up.
Yeah, which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, because they're not manufacturing. They might be importing, but they're not manufacturing anything. The people with the gun. No, it's out of control. It's crazy. You know what I mean? When it comes to business now, because again, as I said, opportunities, because a lot of people want to get into entrepreneurship and all those type of stuff right now, 2019. What's the first thing that somebody should do that's looking to get into business right now?
So you got to do your research. There's a lot of good information through HRDC.
Yeah.
But also, too, you got to go online and align yourself like with people that are successful and people that are doing business. And people that are, successful and do business should be willing to educate people on those said things. But you can't just start a business because you feel like it's something you want to do. There's a lot of our businesses that are going under, restaurants and shops and stuff like that. They're going because they don't have the governance. So, starting at taking a business course, right, to learn business, and learning accounting is important too. A fundamental flaw with any business is if you don't have good governance over your accounting.
That's the bloodline of the business. That's the only thing that almost matters in your business.
Yeah, and one book I would recommend, and normally I should have brought it with me I didn't know you were asked this question, but this book called Scaling Up by Vern Harnish. That's a book I would recommend any person, entrepreneur that wants to get into business to read that book. Some stuff might be over your head if you're just getting in. Okay. But for those that already have a business and they are looking for ways to scale up. Yeah. Vern Harnish, Scaling Up, that's a good book to get into. And there's so many other books, but that's one that I kind of live by with respects to how I manage and govern the business, because all the fundamentals are there with regards to managing people and managing expectations, scaling up your cash, scaling up people. There's just a whole wealth of information. I could send you a link for that, actually.
Definitely send it over. I have two questions I want to ask you before I get you out of here. Okay? As a CEO of a firm, how many people work in Matrix Mortgage Global?
Just about 100.
About 100, you guys. Yeah. How does a CEO at the top handle so many different personalities and actually set the culture for a business?
Yeah, it's true. But, from the top down, yes, but then everyone within that organization at the top level and at the beginning level too, that the entry level positions, they all set the tone. Yeah. Because the people at the entry level position or the front lines, those are the ones talking to the consumers. Those are the ones that are going to directly affect the reviews that you're going to get online. Yeah. And a lot of people, don't even have a Google Places page to actually attract reviews. And people look at that. Like millennials, they look at that stuff. Of course. They look at the reviews. Right? So, the culture has to be set. Like, we're very laid back. We're very go out there and, do our stuff. But at the same time, you have to make sure that everyone's in line with regards to the fundamentals and how you want to govern yourself and portray yourself to the public as a business. Yeah. Right? So, the whole culture has to be on board. You can't have people that are defecting from the culture and defecting from the way things are. You got to root those people out, and so your business could grow.
It makes sense, because it just won't work if you at the top want the business to run a certain way and everybody here is not doing it. Then everything's going to crumble. Because, you could say, okay, this is how I want it. But if it's not happening, it doesn't make any sense. Right. You know what I mean? Now, when it comes to speaking, I know you have a speaking career also. You do some keynotes, and I know you were in Australia the other day.
Yeah, that was huge, man. That was my first international speaking event. Yeah, I went over there with a couple of people from the team, and it was very good, very good. I'm getting a lot of positive feedback from that and subsequent speaking engagements. I'm actually going out to Halifax next week to speak to the Mortgage Brokers Association out there. Okay. Canadian Mortgage Brokers Association. And in Australia, I went out and spoke to Mortgage Bankers Association. Okay. So that was about 350 people. I had a 1 hour keynote and then a subsequent 3 hour workshop. And both of them were well attended. Like the workshop, it was full. Like they had to bring in extra chairs, and I got a lot of good reception out there. Yeah. To the point that one of the leading lenders out there, lender partners, came to Canada like a few weeks ago for one day, just to sit with me at my team.
From Australia.
From Australia.
Yeah.
He was going to England to have a board of directors meeting, and he said, "Okay, I'm gonna divert the jet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come to Canada, just to see what you're doing, right?"
Yeah.
And then, shout out Pepper Money and Mario. But those guys have like 70 billion under management.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and those guys they're huge international. They're like in Australia, New Zealand, South Korea, like Singapore, all over the place.
All over the
and
top
he took
places.
the time because I went out to Australia to speak to the Mortgage Bankers Association. He took the time to come to see me for 24 hours, and we showed him a good time.
Yeah.
Like it was like a 10-hour interview.
Yeah.
Because I picked him up at his hotel, brought him here for a bit. We did a nice presentation on the other side, and then we brought him downtown to the Four Seasons, sat with my lawyers, and then we brought him up, went out for dinner, and then I sent him in the limo back to the airport. He's like, wow, like this is service.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the type of stuff. Like this whole mortgage business is bringing us to an international platform, which I've never really. I knew it would happen by putting global in the name.
Yeah.
But I didn't see it happen. Like, I didn't envision how
it was going to happen. I got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, it's great. I get to work with my friends. I get to work with my family. Like I have my best friends work with me. I have my wife work with me. My kids, my parents. Like they're all involved. My some cousins, like whatever. It's a whole family business, right? And this is how we're building the foundation for our kids to come up and have life that they could do what they want to do.
Which makes sense. And again, reason why I'm speaking to you in particular, brother, you spoke to me a lot. And again, you coming from Malvern and be able to do all of this up here is why I want to sit down and speak with you. It's not like you came from Richmond Hill or somewhere far.
Yeah.
And you just started from up there and then you went even higher. You worked your way up from the bottom, go right up. Yeah. And that's what I respect 10,000%. You know what I mean? And we want to show the people on our platform that it's possible, especially as black men and black women. It's possible. Yeah. Nothing's stopping you. No. The only thing stopping you is you right now in today's market.
Yeah, that's it. You got to push, man.
Yeah.
Like when people say that, it's hard, it's this, it's that, they're not putting in the effort.
It's supposed to be hard, bro.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be. You think it's just going to be easy or you just walk in and you get it? It's supposed to be hard. You have to work your face off to get what you want. You know what I mean?
You've been doing it now, 25 years?
Oh, we're getting there. 23 going to 24. Yeah,
it's been a big party, man.
Yeah. 25, we're going to do it. I'm going to talk to you off the air, and we're definitely going to make something happen.
Yeah, I want to be a part of that, man.
For sure. Listen, before we get out of here, the floor is yours. Anything you want to say, anything you want to big up, any contact info, anything, leave it right now.
Yeah, I just want to shout you out. I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you, brother.
To come out and do this. It's much appreciated. I just want to talk to the people that are looking to get into business, right? If you need any help with opening a business or running governance over your business, or you want someone to look at what you're doing, give me a shout. I don't mind. Shawn at mmgb.ca. I can help you out. Give me a shout. And I don't know, man. Like, we're always looking to recruit new people, teach people how to advertise. I just hooked up with this girl, Tamika Jones. She's very big doing social media, website design, and stuff like that. I want to give her a shout. DIY Boss, I believe is her Instagram. She's I'm giving her a shout out. I just hooked up with her. She reached out to me a couple days ago. And I hooked up with her. We went out for coffee the other day, and she's young, professional girl. She's doing her thing. So if people need help with just coaching on their business, that's my new avenue. I'm trying to step away from the day-to-day operations within the mortgage business, just to help people, especially our people too that need it, but everybody. Like, I'm for everybody, you know what I mean? Just to help them build their business. Like, that's what our culture is about. It's about helping people. So if you have a business that you want to scale up to another level, it doesn't matter if you're a DJ. I know even some of our DJ friends, I find like with them, like it's like they're afraid of success. They don't want to elevate.
It's scary, you know what I mean? Especially when you don't know what's on the other side of the success. You know what's going on here, you know. You're used to this here.
Yeah.
But once you get to the other side, what happens?
It's scary. I could understand, like, you know, this year I went out, we flew out with Superfan. I'm getting introduced to a bunch of people I've never had an opportunity or never thought I would meet, like people that are like local celebrities and they're like on a huge scale. Like I went out with Superfan and he's like, yo, Shawn, let's go out to the Milwaukee game.
Yeah.
No, yeah, we went out. Milwaukee was the first game? It was like Philly. We went out to Philly.
To Philly, okay.
He's like, yo, come, we'll fly out for the day and come back. I fly out for a day, like, like okay.
That's where it's at.
You know, and then we went, we took a private jet and we flew out. I was like, wow, okay, this is good. So then I was like, hey, we're going again to Philly. I'm like, to Milwaukee or whatever, right? And we're like, okay, hey, whatever. So now I'm like, okay, well, I want all my people to see that. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So, and it's attainable. Yeah. Like, it's 100%. Completely attainable. Like, there's nothing that is out there that you can't get. You just have to envision yourself to get that. And I want it for everyone. Yeah. It's better to be with everyone to celebrate, because when we go out, we went to Vancouver as a team, and it's like all of us, like all my boy Mahid, like Craig, we all went out there, and then we were like, the only people from Toronto, and then we're black. It's like, who are you guys? Like,
and you're in this certain place with these people,
and we're dressed apart. We're like, yo, these guys are well dressed. Who are you? Yeah, right. So anyone that wants to just elevate their business or get into the mortgage business or help with marketing and advertising, just good governance, give me a shout, man. I'm Shawn at mmgb.ca. And then I'm going to start my podcast too. Okay. Shawn Allen Coach. I'm going to come to you for that, because all this technology I got here is like, I was like, whoa, I need some of this. But it's, but yeah, I just want to give back, you know, just teach people about, you know, setting up KPIs, key performance indicators, and how to measure success within your organization, and you know, just a whole bunch of stuff. We're gonna put those out.
All right, leave your website, your social media, where they could find you guys.
Yeah, you could catch me on matrix.shawn. That's matrix.shawn. I got a bit of stuff out there, but I'm big on LinkedIn, and anyone that wants to get into business, you gotta be on LinkedIn. If you're not on LinkedIn, this Instagram stuff is okay. Yeah. But when you want to start talking money and business and global connections, Instagram is not it. You got to be on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is where it's at. I got around, 16,000 followers on LinkedIn. Yeah. Going up every day. Getting good followership on that. The websites, the main websites, MMGB, Mother George Bravo.ca. We got over 200 websites, man. Yeah. Okay. Every city. Yeah. Across Canada has its own flavor of Matrix Mortgage Global.
You understand that, you know what I mean? It's context. Context is what really runs the world. You have to understand the pulse of that city or that area.
Yeah, it's all local. Yeah. Everything we do is local.
Yeah. Shawn, you're my first CEO that's been on the podcast.
Feel it, man.
And thank you so very much for coming on.
Appreciate it, man.
I mean, it's always love, bro. You know what I mean? I love the movement. You know what I mean? And I say, this is our first of many conversations we'll be having. Yeah, especially, I love what you bring to the table. Yeah. And showing you and living flesh to them, it's different, because you're not only speaking from this big ivory tower where they can't touch you. You're right here. You're attainable. Yeah. You gave them your number to contact. So anybody that wants to contact with the CEO of Matrix Mortgage Global, link him up. He gave you his contacts. Link him up. This is the man right here. He's the one that actually pulled me out of the gutter when he didn't even know I was in the gutter, and said, yo, come. And we're here right now, you know what I mean? So big up yourself again, brother.
A lot of big stuff to do, too.
A lot. This is just the beginning. You know what I mean? All right. Big up yourself again, brother.
All right, my brother.
All right. Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Muscle, and this has been another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast, and we are out. This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinedmusichut.com.